What up, people? Video Game XD back with another grab video. I did a little shopping at Media Reload in Burton, Michigan. Make sure you guys check out Media Reload. Movies, electronics, you know the deal. It's Media Reload.
Yeah, it's a great place.
If you're a fan of disc replay or, mom and pop game shops, but it's at the point where now Media Reload, they have a Utica location in Sterling Heights. They have a Saginaw location. And they have, I don't know, I think maybe other states might have it, but...
Sterling Heights too, don't they?
Yeah, Sterling Heights. But they're kind of like basically becoming disc replay's competition.
Oh, yeah.
Because they do compete with them. And I gotta say, Media Reload has lower prices than disc replay.
On some stuff, yeah.
I mean, I still love disc replay, but Media Reload's got, I don't know, they're kind of close with disc replay.
Our go-to place is usually Media Reload, though.
Yeah. I mean, I still love disc replay, but I don't think they're doing price charting anymore. I don't even think they're going off eBay prices. They're doing something else now. So, unfortunately, sometimes disc replay can be kind of hit and miss. Like, some games could be really high, then other games you might find on a deal. So it's kind of like all over the place.
Yeah.
But on this episode, Jen has nothing. But I got something. Now, some of these, most of them are PlayStation 2 games. The PS2. Good old PS2. Now, I had to rebuy some of these because I sold some of my collection to get my PlayStation 5.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing with the PS5. I had to sell some classics, which I did not want to do. But Media Reload still had most of my collection laying there. Most of them are all my games still. No one really bought them.
Mm-hmm.
And thankfully, Media Reload, their prices are really cheap. $5, $10 range, $15. So, I traded in some other stuff I didn't want to get them back. So, but before we go to the PS2, I picked up a Sega Genesis game for $12.95, Tecmo Super Bowl for the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
You ever play Tecmo Bowl?
I honestly don't know if I've played this one or not.
Now it's, I'm not going to say it's like NFL Blitz. Back then, this was like almost like a side. It wasn't like 3D. It was like side to side. So when you toss the ball, it doesn't go forward. You go side to side. And here's the touchdown over here. Here's, the end zone.
Right.
It's more like a 2D, so it's not going to be your Madden 3D stuff. But back in the day, Tecmo Bowl was one of the popular series. Now, it started on the NES, but it also made its way to the Genesis and Super Nintendo. I don't know if there's any more after that. But there's Tecmo Bowl, and then there's Super Tecmo Bowl, and then there's Super Tecmo Bowl 2, and then there's Super Tecmo Bowl 3, and then there's different editions too. So it went on for a little bit. It is complete. This game kicks ass. I could play Tecmo Bowl all day. Now, some people like the OG, the original, but I prefer Tecmo Super Bowl. Because Tecmo Super Bowl was everything the first one was, but way more upgraded.
Right.
Way more features, way more teams, stuff like that. And then eventually they actually got the NFL license. So you'll see like the Cowboys logo eventually on some of them. But the original I don't think had the NFL license or anything. But this is cool. 1 to 2 players. I mean, you gotta have Super Tecmo Bowl.
Heck yeah.
Now, for a complete copy of this, $13. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's not a bad price.
the cool thing about the Genesis is you can find complete games, for affordable prices.
For a decent price, yeah.
Unlike Super Nintendo. So we got for the PS2, $7.95, Battle Racing Ignited, Burnout Revenge. Burnout is a kick-ass series. We talked a little bit about it before on the channel. You've never played it, right?
No, I don't think I played this.
It's like super fast-paced racing. You blow cars up. Very fun. Now, this is the fourth game. I don't think it's as good as the third, but this one was still pretty damn close to being just as good as 3. This one's more like darker tone, though. It is complete. So that's really cool. Disc condition, all these are great. They buff out their games at media reload, so if they're scratched, they'll clean it all up. But I didn't play much of this one. I didn't. But I loved part 3. And this one is real. It's just like the third. It's just more. It's got like a darker tone to it. All right, for $4.95, that is Total Deal. World Poker Tour for the PS2.
Yeah, I kind of wouldn't mind actually playing that one.
Do you like poker?
I do. I just don't fully understand it all. So, like, I 75%-ish can get it. I understand it. But there's some suits and plays that I don't understand.
It is complete, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, most of these games are like $5-10 range. They're kind of like shovelware. But there are poker fans out there. I suck at poker. I don't know much about. But I do like the games. The games were cool. I mean, we were playing what's that poker game on the PS5?
I don't remember what it's called, but it was a fun game. I was winning you a bunch of money.
Poker Club.
Yeah.
Check out Poker Club. It's actually pretty good. But this is a World Poker Tour from 2K Games. That's pretty cool. Why not get for $10? Greatest hits. Crazy Taxi.
Yeah, he said this was a really good game. I've seen some footage of it, but I have never actually played it.
Yeah, she never played Crazy Taxi.
I know.
You had a sad childhood.
I had a great childhood.
It is complete. Yeah, it's greatest hits, but we don't care. If we can get it cheaper, screw it. Crazy Taxi started on the Dreamcast. It's very wacky. It's fun. Pick up and play. All you do is pick up people, drop them off, and it has the Offspring soundtrack. That's one of my favorite bands. I like the Offspring. Crazy Taxi is a classic. You can find this cheaper on the PS2 and the GameCube than the Dreamcast version. So I'm glad they re-released it at the time. So we got here for $10 again. Wow. From Video Game Underground, it was $7.99 at one point. Devil May Cry 3, Dante's Awakening. So the first Devil May Cry is probably one of the best games I've ever played. To me, it's definitely in my top 20 best games ever. But the sequel, 2, was pretty shitty. 2 wasn't that good when that came out. But 3 made up for it. This one's really, really hard. Very, very hard. Now, what I like about the first one was that it wasn't too hard and it wasn't too easy. It was beatable. And then the second one was way too easy. And this one was way too fucking hard. But it's really good. So if you like challenging games, you'll like it. It is complete. Case is a little banged up. I'm going to have to get a new case for that. A little banged up right there. But $10, that's a good deal.
Yeah, that's a good deal. I remember playing some Devil May Cry when it first originated. And I enjoyed it.
Oh, Devil May Cry is sweet. It's from Capcom, Resident Evil creators. $10. Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne.
My favorite PS2 game.
This game's awesome. Now, some people like the first one. I never got into the part 1. I didn't care for part 1.
I like them both.
this one is a masterpiece. Now, if you're into like Metal Gear Solid movie type games that play like a movie, Rockstar and Remedy did this really, really good. It's got the comic scenes. I made it to the last boss, and I couldn't beat it. I was pissed off, so I never got to officially beat this game. But I made it to the boss, so I mean, that's pretty damn good.
I beat them both.
It's on the original Xbox. That's probably the better version to get. But they're kind of the same. It just looks better on the OG Xbox.
I think I beat Max Payne 3 too.
Max Payne 3? No, the shitty one?
Yeah.
I don't like that one.
I mean, it was okay. I didn't care for it as much as 1 and 2.
Masterpiece. Pick it up.
Yeah, Max Payne 2 is awesome.
$9. Driver 3 from Atari and Reflections. Now, Driver 3, it was, I don't know, this game got a lot of promotion when it came out. They were trying to really pump this up. And it came out and it was disappointing. And people were calling it a Grand Theft Auto ripoff. It was like Grand Theft Auto, but way more watered down. But the thing is, I grew up with Driver 1, Driver 2. And I was a Driver fan before Grand Theft Auto. So I appreciated GTA 3. I thought it was kind of underrated. But it was a flop. It was kind of a flop. There's ones after this. There was Parallel Lines, and then there was like Driver 78 or whatever. But this, I don't know. Driver 3 is not as bad as people say it is. It's not. It's just not. It's not as good as Grand Theft Auto, of course. It is complete. So I'm happy to have Driver 3 back in the PS2. Now, mind you, most of these games, I already have them all for the OG Xbox. I just want the PS2 version as well. Because you know me.
Gotta have every copy of every version.
Total Deal Time, $5. World Championship Poker 2. Featuring Howard Lettier. Something.
Total Deal.
Yeah, World Championship Poker 2. This one actually got a lot of good ratings from what I gathered on the internet. I guess it's one of the better ones from Crave Entertainment. It looks pretty advanced for a poker game. I do have it on the OG Xbox. I never really got around to playing it, but for $5, fuck it.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Complete. Some people, like I said, shovelware. No one cares about these games.
Oh yeah. So I'm just like, I don't want that.
Even when I bought it, the guy's like, wow, you're buying like all the stuff no one buys. Guess I'm a loser. $12.95 Showdown Legends of Wrestling for the PS2. This is another underrated wrestling game. Some people shitted on it when it came out. Like, oh, like this came out around the time SmackDown vs. Raw and stuff was out. Or like Here Comes the Pain and shit. So going to that to playing this, yeah, I know the gameplay is glitchy, it sucks. But it's not as bad as Legends of Wrestling 2. It's not as bad as Legends of Wrestling 1. It's actually got one of the best rosters ever in a wrestling game. It's got everybody. And it's actually got a decent, like, modes in it. And I thought it was good. I had fun with this game when it came out. I thought it was really cool. You know, wrestling fan. But, man, yeah, to me, this game's not even, like, a 9 out of 10 or nothing. It's like above it. It's like a 6 out of 10 type of game to me.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's fun. It is complete.
Complete.
I mean, you got Hogan on here, Sting. All the legends are in here. It's just the gameplay is like, man, it feels unfinished, which is a shame because it had potential. But it's still fun if you can find it cheap. I found it for $13. Now we got for $7 for the PS2, Red Faction 2. Now you can re-download this on the PS4 and PS5, Xbox One Series X in high definition, which is probably the way to go. I actually downloaded mine for like $2 on the PS5, and the Xbox One I got it for like $2.99 when it was on sale. But this one is actually really good. To me, this game's kind of up there with like Time Splinters, GoldenEye, stuff like that. I did originally like the first one better as a kid, but now that I go back, like I'm pretty sure Red Faction 2 is way better. But for some reason, as a kid, I like the first one better. It's not complete, but it comes with cheat codes.
Yeah, I can't say I really remember playing it.
Check it out, cheat codes. That's always cool to see. So we have cheat codes up in there.
All cheats, that's funny.
For the PS2,
Heck yeah.
a total deal.
Total deal.
Total
Gran Turismo
PS2
3
deal.
A spec. Now this was a big deal when it came out. This was a launch title when the PS2 came out. It was actually bundled with the PS2. A lot of these copies say not for resale. Then they re-released other copies that were blue. I have the red version. I believe this is the debut version before it went blue, I think. The only Gran Turismo I ever liked was Gran Turismo 2 on the PS1. But even back then, I always thought it was slow. It was simulation. I thought it was boring. But, you know, back then, it's like I was kind of picky about racing games. If they weren't, like, super fast, I would think they're boring.
Yeah.
But a lot of people loved Gran Turismo. This went greatest hits. Sold millions of copies. So, what do I know, you know? I'm just picky with stuff. It is complete. You ever play Gran Turismo?
I have, yeah.
Do you like it?
I enjoy it.
Which one did you play? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember which one.
I mean, $5. I can't really play it. Alright, now this, I did an unboxing. Shout out to Jalen, because he got me this. He got a free copy somehow. Complete luck. It was on St. Patrick's Day. You got a free fucking copy. Wow. Luck of the fucking Irish.
Especially for PS5.
This is the deluxe edition. It's a $100 game.
Yeah.
John Cena's on the cover. What do you know? WWE 2K23. The deluxe PS5 edition.
It is a cool case.
I've been playing this a lot. You know I've been playing it a lot.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I haven't seen him for like a month.
I've been playing the shit out of this
So I'm
game.
playing a lot.
I didn't think they could surpass 22 because 22 was really good. But man, they surpassed 22. The War Games mode, the GM mode, the WCW mode in it, even the John Cena mode is funny in this. You want to know why? Because I'm thinking when this came out, oh, okay, you're going to be John Cena, you're going to beat everybody. No. You get to beat John Cena in every match he ever fucking won, which is funny to me. So you get to kick Cena's ass. He's very difficult to beat. But you get to beat him. So I think that's funny. Because growing up, Cena would win, you know, he'd win everything.
Oh, yeah.
So now we get to actually make him lose. Alright, 2K, I'm down with that. But it's a good mode, you know. This game kicks ass. If I had to rate this, 9 out of 10.
Graphics on it are insane. Like, it legitimately looks like you're watching the wrestling on TV. Like, the characters on there are literally on the spot, and they look
Like, real.
Like, real.
It's almost scary.
It is.
I haven't downloaded Wednesday from Adam's Family.
Mm-hmm.
Spawn, Mortal Kombat characters.
He had Wednesday Addams and Rhea, is that her name? Rhea, like, wrestling against each other, and it was, like, so realistic and creepy at the same time.
I mean,
really cool.
I'm proud of Cena. I mean, I know he's a legend. I just, you know, I got tired of him back in the day. It's just, but I get it. He's John Cena. You know, how do you not have him on? He's the fucking face of the company. People think I'm stupid. Oh, dude, Cena's a legend. It's like, dude, I know he's a legend. I'm just not a fan of how he could beat everybody. It was annoying. Like, you're not understanding.
Yeah.
But don't worry, on the Powercast, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
For $11.95, $12. This is different. Never picked up one of these ever. Never even owned one of these. Nintendo Power. What issue is this? Volume 48. Now, at Media Reload, I guess someone was emptying out a house. Someone left these behind. And there was like all of these Nintendo Powers mint condition, which is crazy. So, George Tuffle, I got your Nintendo Power, buddy. From Novi, Michigan. It is Batman Returns, yeah. So, here it is. It's in plastic. So this is really cool. The reason I wanted this one, because I grew up with Batman Returns, the Super Nintendo version. And it's a kind of a childhood classic of mine. And I'm a big Batman fan as well. So I'm like, you know what? I need that copy.
Yeah, it is a really cool find.
And what's cool about this edition, like I opened it, there was like advertisements for the Super Mario Brothers movie back in like 93.
Yeah.
And it was like hyping it up. There was like all this advertisement. It's going to be great. Yeah, it didn't turn out so good.
No.
I mean, I loved it, but most people hated it.
Mm-hmm.
So just to go back and like read Nintendo Power and like, it's weird.
Try to like relive it from like when it first came out, first debuted, you know.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, man, this is from the 90s. Like, this was before Nintendo 64 came out.
Makes me feel so old.
It's like we know the future as we read it. Like, we know what's coming after this.
Mm-hmm.
It's bizarre. So this is really cool. They have, oh wow, it's got a poster inside too.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
So I plan on buying more of these, but this is the first one I got. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a really cool find.
But that's it. That's all the grabs today. It's March, correct? March.
Yes, March 25th now.
So,
6th.
I mean, we told people we're going to slow down on the grabs because we're trying to focus on the Powercast. Check out the Powercast if you haven't, right here on Video Game XD. It's our podcast radio show where we talk about news, rumors, sports, pretty much anything. I mean, sports is our kind of forte, but we talk about everything.
Right.
So more of those episodes are coming up. We have some attend videos coming up because we went to a few concerts lately. We're going to Static X next month.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing Static X, Dope, Mushroom Head, Fear Factory, and Twisted all in the same show. You know, those are top bands. Like if you listen to new metal, you know, alternative rock metal, stuff like that, they're up there. Like those bands are really big.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see all these bands in one night. It's gonna be crazy. And we, me and Mark seen another band. I think it was Fame of Fire, Rain City Drive. So we got some footage of that. At least one of the bands. So yeah, that's what's coming up here on the channel. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Follow Video Game XD on Twitter. Follow us on Twitch. Like us on Facebook. Charles Ray.
Jennifer?
Peace.
Game